Matthew Wight is the Managing Director of the NCB Group and joins us now to talk more about Olea. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, April.
Talk to me a little bit about what's in store for people.
Well, we are very privileged to be part of this exciting project. We've been developing in Cayman for over 17 years, and communities is our focus, and really this is the pivotal opportunity for a development company in Cayman. We're producing a project called Olea, which is the first for sale development in Camana Bay. Camana Bay itself is a world-class planned community, which is amenity rich, and really that's what we're looking to enhance with Olea, is to tap into that town center and produce 124 mixed-use development to really tie into that connectivity with the town center.
So how do you do that? I mean, is it important how these places are designed? Are there special things that you have to sort of take into account to make it all work together?
Certainly, there's a lot of planning that's been gone into this project, particularly, and connectivity is really the focus. We're looking at people being able to walk, bike ride, use cars, access to schools, access to supermarkets, access to the town center. We have a beautiful promenade along the canal front. So all of that has to play in. And then one of the big focuses for us was having a mixed product type. We didn't want it to be a cookie cutter type development. When you have 124 units, it was important for us to have a variety to really test the market and afford people the opportunity at various levels to enter into the Camana Bay market. So that's how we've ended up with 1, 2, 3 bedroom condo units, townhouses, as well as duplexes as well.
What do you think is unique about this? I mean, there are a lot of different potential areas you could explore, but in terms of sustainability and design?
Yeah, those are excellent points. I think that both the DART Group and NCB Group have really focused on building communities that last past our generation, that are sustainable. We've done that through solar panels. Olea will actually be the largest single solar producing community in the Cayman Islands, as well as geothermal, which has been something that's been close to NCB's heart, is trying to tap into our local water conditions to produce energy efficient cooling for the homeowners. And so both of those are key aspects of sustainability for us. There's recycling programs in place. We've got a herb garden where people can use their own farm-to-table skills at home. And so there's a number of different avenues in which we've kind of tapped into that.
What's it like to be part of all this?
It's exciting. I mean, this is what I love to do, take projects from the ground up, have a raw piece of land and have to kind of imagine what people are going to be like raising their families there, and that's something that's really important to us. So this project is extra special for us. It's important for Cayman, the proximity to 7 Mile Beach. It's a really added value to the town center of Camana Bay, and so it is really exciting for us to be part of.
All right, so how's the response been so far?
April, it's been overwhelming, to be honest. We're on our 3rd phase of our sales program. So the first phase launched to staff of NCB and DART only. Amazing, they don't just like working for us, they want to live in our projects. So we had a tremendous uptake of that initially in that exclusive period. And then from there, we did a launch to tenants of Camana Bay, the DART Group and NCB Group, as well as previous purchasers of NCB. So that again was overwhelming, which shows the commitment to people in our projects. So at the moment now, we're 2/3 sold out of phase 1 and 2, which is pretty remarkable in a short space of 6 weeks selling. And on the beginning of November, we actually did our first formal public launch. So it's now open to the public.
Let's talk a little more about some of the amenities there. I mean, this is all about community and quality of life.
It is, definitely. Mike Stroh from Trio Architecture was assigned as the project architect, and he really tapped into what the core values of the project were going to be. He's an existing tenant of Camana Bay and obviously believes in what the town center needed from a residential standpoint. So we were excited to work with him and bring that to the table. It's very unique to have a project that has over 10% of the project space dedicated to the amenities. So it's over an acre of land that has been dedicated to the families that are going to be living in Olea as common area space, full of resort-style pools, herb gardens, a beautiful promenade that takes you into the town center. And so that was really a focus that we were really appreciative of him for.
One of the things I think I found interesting is just that beautiful access to the view on the canal.
Yeah, so you know, the core of Camana Bay is the crescent and built around you know, a very unique canal waterway system out to the North Sound. And so for us, it was really exciting to actually get a slither of that piece of land where we could tap into there. You know, for residents living in Olea, they'll be able to use the promenade along the canal front to walk into the town centre, which is just a unique way of getting into the town centre. And then there's boat access for particular unit types and views. That was something that was important to us. So the condo developments, which aren't actually on the water, we designed them to be 3 stories so they could get the views over the duplexes and the townhouses and still get a North Sound view.
What do you want people to know about this?
I want people to know that it's an exciting project that's really family focused. It's going to be a great place to raise your family, the kids, and access to schools, supermarkets, the town centre. I think that it's a very energy efficient and thoughtful design that has produced a really one-of-a-kind development for Cayman.
And lastly, the timing. I know every corner I turn, I see, you know, there's cement in the air again. From your perspective, what about the timing of all this? Is this the right time?
Well, on the global scale for Cayman, we're in a growing economy. I think our population is close to 65,000 people now, and with the 3 pillars of the economy all ticking along, it is important to have housing, and I think, to be honest, we are in a housing shortage. We're expecting to see another 10,000 people at least in Cayman over the next 5 years, and with an average household of maybe 3 people, you're probably looking at about 3,000 to 4,000 homes that are needed. So whilst it is overwhelming to see the amount of development that's happening, I think the government, the DART group, a number of people have committed to the infrastructure to make the further development of communities possible. So relatively speaking, for NCB and other developers on the island who are building 50, 40, 100 units, there's still a long way to go in terms of what we're going to need in capacity.